My dad said, family is about sacrifice, but I'm the only sacrificing everything since he married my stepmom. Her kids took my room, broke my things, and my dad barely spends time with me. I feel like a stranger in my own home. My dad, 47, married my stepmother 3 months ago, and I feel like it made my life significantly harder and less pleasant. They moved in with us, and for the indefinite future, this situation will not change. I am 15, and we have a 3-bedroom house, and before they moved in, my dad and I had our rooms, both with bathrooms, and there was a smaller room, which was a study for my dad. After they moved in, Jenny, 17, got my room, and I had to share the smaller room with Tom, 11, and Mike, 10. All my books, my telescope, my stuff are packed, and in the basement now, since there's no space anymore. This made me real angry, but my dad told me that I have to be a team player, and this is what him and his wife agreed on. Jenny treats me like shit. She sometimes acts as if I'm not there at all, and sometimes is super aggressive and hostile towards me. The other day, I asked Tom to stop going through my things, and she became so angry that I have no right to order her brother around. She told me to get it in my thick skull that I'm not their big brother to tell them what to do, even though all I asked was for them to stop going through my things. She said it's best if I don't talk to them at all, since that way they will get less influence from a weirdo like me. What I don't get is that if she's so concerned that I might leave a bad influence on Tom and Mike, why doesn't she take them in her room? Tom and Mike don't respect any boundaries. They're always through my stuff. I have a watch which was a gift from my mother. She died of cancer. And they took it from my drawer and lost it. I found it weeks later in the basement with its front glass broken. Before they moved in, I used to get a $100 allowance every month. Now Jenny gets $75. I get $35, and Tom and Mike each get $30. I had an Xbox, but these kids broke it down. I used to spend a lot of time with my dad. He used to come see me play basketball almost every week. He hasn't done it even once in the past 3 months since he's always working overtime. We eat out once a week, and none of them in these 3 months have been at any of my favorite places, but Jenny, Tom, and Mike have each chosen their favorites more than once. I complained about all of it to my father last week, and he told me that family is all about sacrifices, and I have to make mine. Haven't I made enough sacrifices already? I feel like I'm the only one making sacrifices. I look forward to the moving in here, but I now feel like an outsider at home. It's not my home anymore. Life has become very difficult for me. I spend as much time as I can outside because inside is so frustrating, but this is causing problems as well. My dad keeps telling me that not being around means I'm not accepting them as part of the family, while in reality, it's the opposite. So I get grounded for not being around, and being around is horrible. I don't want to live here anymore, but I'm only 15 and can't move out. I have nobody else who can take me in. I can't stay here for 3 more years. I'll go crazy. I often fantasize about running away at night, but I know that's also as horrible, if not even more. I don't know what to do. Can anyone give me a suggestion? Best comments. Your dad is totally screwing this up. If he thinks you all are on a team, and he is the leader, he needs to remember that a leader. Number 1, make sure every person on the team is valued. Number 2, enforces rules fairly. Number 3, solves problems instead of issuing judgment. There's no team here. There is a stepmom who rules the roost, her daughter who thinks she is the third parent here and is being allowed to be, and the dad who is letting his own child get trampled on in order to keep the peace with the women of the house. Is there any way the basement can be fixed up enough for you to have your own room down there? That would involve his dad giving a shit, and it sounds like that is a pipe dream. It sounds like Jenny is the biggest problem. If she's 17, is the plan for her to move out soon? Maybe you can talk to your dad about getting your own room and having the 2 younger boys share. She's not going to move out. She will live at home when she goes to college. Parents already have given her the permission to do this. I'd show him this post. Maybe if he sees how strangers are sticking up for you, then your own father might change his tune. First of all, who came up with the stupid idea of giving 3 people the smaller room and your stepsister the larger one? Your father really needs to get his mind straight. Yes, you have to make some sacrifices, but so do the other children. Because I want to discipline them, though, to look good in front of your stepmom, but that needs to stop. Did you tell him about the watch? Breaking such an important piece of memory is extremely rude. Try to stand up for yourself as well as you can and call them out on their behavior. Maybe your stepmother will finally start to say something. Apart from that, the age gap to your stepsister justifies a $40 difference, whereas the age gap to your stepbrother justifies a $5 difference. First of all, who came up with the stupid idea of giving 3 people the smaller room and your stepsister the larger one? They thought Jenny is older and needs more personal space and her own bathroom. I disagreed, but was eventually told to deal with it. Update number 1, 21 days later. Okay, a lot has happened. I decided to just ask my dad and stepmother for some time to talk to them, and I just showed them my post on Reddit. They took a good half an hour reading it and all the commentaries. There were times that it looked like they were going to start crying. Eventually, they told me that they need more time and we'll talk about it in a couple of days. 2 nights later, my dad asked me to come to their room, and to make it short, they got it. They both hugged me, and at some point, my stepmother started crying. They apologized to me for their negligence and told me that they effed this up. They put all their attention and focus on helping my step-siblings adjust given the new living arrangement and everything, and neglected how difficult it must have been for me. They promised me that things will change. About the room arrangement, they realized that it's not reasonable. So they offered me the basement, as a lot of you suggested. We went to the store and bought a lot of supplies and made it a family exercise for everyone to contribute refurbishing the basement and making it like a bedroom. So I'll have my own room now. It won't have a bathroom like before, but I can really share a bathroom with the boys. That's not a problem. The money allowance changed as well. It was Jenny $75, me $35, and Mike and Tom $30 each. Now it's Jenny $60, me $50, and the boys $30 each. So $15 from Jenny comes to me now. I think it's much more fair. It's not as good as the $100 I used to have, but this arrangement is something I can easily understand and accept. Now to Jenny. Well, my stepmother told me that Jenny's problem is not me. It's that her mother married, and she doesn't like that because she was hopeful that she would return to her dad. Now she's trying to make this not work, and I'm just in her crosshairs. Apparently, she's been a little beat to my dad as well. She promised me that she will handle Jenny and make sure she won't be a problem. Now to the boys. This is the most difficult one, as they're 10 and 11. They gave me a small lock so I can lock my bag for now, and when the basement is ready, which will be in a couple of weeks, I can lock its door and only me and the parents will have the key. So at least my stuff will be safe. About other things, they also made little changes to make things easier. They told me that I can come to them for any problems, and my dad promised me some father-son time every couple of weeks as well. I was happy with everything. They addressed most of the issues and found solutions, and so far, done their best to do everything that they promised. Jenny came to me a few nights later and asked if I would come with her for a walk in the neighborhood, as she wanted to talk to me. So we went, and she apologized to me for everything and told me that she didn't and still doesn't like that her mom married my dad, and she was forwarding her anger and frustration towards me, the only person she could, which was not right. She said that I'm probably going through similar things as she does, and really there's no reason for us to make each other's lives even more difficult than it already is. So I accepted her apology, and we shook hands on being on the same team from now on. And honestly, she's been very different ever since. She's helping me a lot in preparing the basement, and she makes Tom and Mike help as well. The other day when I asked Tom to turn down the TV volume, and he refused, she told him to listen to your big brother. Yeah, good things. I hope she remains this way. Overall, things are a lot better. I trust my stepmother a lot more now. Jenny is much better than before, and we're becoming more and more like a family, and the place looks and feels like home again. Thanks for all your suggestions and help. I owe you all a lot.